Well, it looks like the parade is on its way. I see some flashing lights, so that certainly has to be our first entry for the parade. Let's hope that you can hear us in the grandstand. Let's hear a round of applause here as we begin the Little State Fair opening night parade. And of course, this begins with our color guard, our sheriff's department, Gordon Ellis, that provides a lot of security here at the grounds and throughout our entire county, followed by the state highway department, the Georgetown Police Department, and of course our color guard from the American Legion Post 180 right here in the county. Immediately following that, the Georgetown band will be entering the ring for the playing of the national anthem. So I want to thank these individuals for being here tonight. Again, Sheriff Gordon Ellis, the State Highway Patrol, the Georgetown Police Department, and the Color Guard from the American Legion Post 180.
And Becky, this is a good time to also mention that we are broadcasting live on C103 tonight. And like last year, we're being simulcast on Goodguysradiotv. So good evening to everyone watching and listening at home. We're really happy that you're going to be with us this evening as we kick off the 2023 Brown County Fair.
Absolutely, Nathan. What a great opportunity to be live on C103. And they also keep those videos, so if you miss it tonight or just want to refresh on who was actually in that parade, that's your opportunity to go back on and check it out again. So we want to thank C103 for being here. Also, 99.5 The Edge does a lot promoting our county fair and many of the events in the county as well. We appreciate all their support and all they do, too. Once again, our Sheriff's Department leading the way. We want to thank them for being here tonight. Georgetown Police Department, the State Highway Patrol. Our color guard tonight is the American Legion Post 180 from right here in Georgetown. We also want to welcome the Brown County Commissioners, Barry Woodruff, Tony Applegate, and Darrell Gray this evening, too. They do a lot of support for youth programs, adult programs, and our county, too. We want to thank them for all they do all year long. Let's give them a big round of applause, those that are here keeping us safe.
Again, our color guard,
the Georgetown American Legion Post 180 are playing in the national anthem by the Georgetown High School Marching Band. And if you all rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Thank you to the Georgetown marching
And
band
for playing the national anthem. And again, we want to thank the Sheriff's Department, the State Highway Patrol, the Ripley Police Department for joining us this evening. And thank you to the Color Guard, the Georgetown American Legion Post 180, also for demonstrating the colors this evening and having those as our opening tonight for the parade. Also joining us tonight is the Military Order of the Purple Hearts, Chapter 156, the Wilson Schroff VFW Post 9772 from Mount Orb. We want to thank them for being with us as well. And we hope you'll come back for Thursday night's military recognition ceremony. It begins at 6 p.m. on Thursday night, a wonderful tribute to all those who have served and dedicated their lives to making the United States a freer place to live. We also want to welcome the commissioners, Tony Applegate, Darrell Gray, and Barry Woodruff, and thank you for all they do throughout the entire year, making Brown County such a great place to live. Well, Nathan, every parade needs a Grand Marshal, and we're very fortunate tonight to have some special individuals being recognized as Grand Marshals. First, we have Gene and Bev Lawwell, both born and raised here in Pike Township, Brown County. Gene served in the U.S. Army from 1968 to 1970 during the Vietnam War. Gene and Bev were married in 1972. They are excited to celebrate their 50th first anniversary, and Gene and Bev are the parents of Drew and Brandon Lawwell. Drew is married to Kristen Neal Lawwell, and they have two beautiful 4-year-old twin daughters, Adeline and Evelyn. Drew and Brandon continue to work in agriculture industries. Brandon was Junior Fair King and active in the Junior Fair Board and the Dairy Department. Gene Nathan served as the director of the Brown County Agriculture Society for 20 years. Gene served on the Budget, Parade, Food, Vendors, and Dairy Committee, and Gene was titled the official meeting adjourner. Gene continues to support the Brown County Fair and the Agriculture Society and helps tremendously with training and transitioning for the gates and admissions. Gene is proud of the Brown County Fair and the reputation of the Little State Fair. Brown County has a wonderful facility and provides multiple areas for the youth to thrive in the future of agriculture. Gene also wants to thank the Senior Fair Board for the honor of being named Grand Marshal. A special shout out to Mitch Irwin, Scott Henning, Sharon Henning, Jerry Swearingen, and countless other Georgetown Church of Christ volunteers for their many hours of work at the admission gates. Congratulations, Gene and Bev, once again.
And Becky, our Grand Marshal's riding this evening with the Wildfire Equestrian Team. We're going to be talking about them a little bit more tonight, but several performances throughout the week. Proudly sponsored by Mike Jennings, ERA Realty, and Parker's Pizzeria right here in Georgetown. Certainly welcoming them to the entire week of festivities here at the Brown County Fair.
And
Becky,
I do want to mention, too, that Bob and Rhoda Hardiman, the 2020 Grand Marshals, are also with us this evening. And if you've ever been at the horse show and heard that beautiful organ music, well, that was Rhoda. And if you've ever seen the sound system, been to Flora Hall, that was always Bob behind all of that. So, again, we want to congratulate the 2020 Grand Marshals, Bob and Rhoda Hardiman, and also Gene and Bev Lawwell, this year's Grand Marshals. Let's give them a big round of applause. They've worked hard at the county fair for so many years. In just a few minutes, Danny Gray, the Vice President of the Senior Fair Board, will be here to present the official plaque and the flowers to Gene and Bev. We also want to recognize the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 156. The only congressionally chartered veterans organization comprised solely of combat wounded. Their mission is to foster goodwill and camaraderie among veterans, promote patriotism and education, support necessary legislative initiatives, and most importantly, provide service to all veterans, their families, and community. Again, the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 156 out of Liberty Township, Ohio. We want to thank them so much for being here and all they have done as service men and women throughout the world.
Well, Becky, a few moments ago, just before the Order of the Purple Heart came through, we had our 2022 Brown County Junior Fair King and Queen that made their way around the ring. Janelle Shelton, Blake Kaufman, Janelle, the daughter of Jeff and Abby Shelton, a 2023 graduate of Southern Hills welding program. She was in Kicking Up Dust 4-H Club. This is her last year of 4-H, which she told me she is both excited and sad about. Also a member of Georgetown FFA. Blake is a proud service member in the U.S. Army, the son of Paul and Charity Attinger, a 2022 graduate of Fayetteville High School, was in the Showtime 4-H Club. Becky, they've done a tremendous job representing the fair both last year and throughout this year, and they're going to be crowning this year's King and Queen a little bit later on tonight over in the Danny Gray Activity Center.
Absolutely, so stay around for the parade. Lots of things happening, and of course, the naming of the outstanding 4-Hers, the King and Queen, lots going on in the Danny Gray building yet this evening. I believe we're going to meet some more 4-Hers.
Absolutely, the first of several 4-H clubs in tonight's parade, Becky. The Northern Brown County Large Animal 4-H Club. They're located in Fayetteville. Their members have projects including beef, sheep, swine, chickens, turkey, rabbits, and an assortment of other projects that you'll see here on the fairgrounds. They welcome everyone to come visit them and their projects at this year's fair. Best of luck to the Northern Brown County Large Animal 4-H Club.
And so many exhibits to see from 4-H, FFA, Scouts, FCCLA. Well, Nathan, here's another sponsor of the Brown County Fair. We want to welcome Mount Orab Ford, Chrysler, Dodge. I want to thank them for being here and all they've done to help sponsor the different activities during the fair and prior to the fair. Their ad is in the fair book, so be sure and take a look at that. So thank you, Mount Orab Ford, for joining us this evening at the Little State Fair. We also want to thank the Ohio Veterans Home for joining us this evening too. Of course, our Veterans Home located out on Route 68. And you can see it's a beautiful facility and they offer many services for our veterans who have done so much for our country. And again, that's the Mark Williams Auto Group, Mount Orab, Beechmont. So I want to thank them for being with us this evening.
That's right, Becky, and a sponsor for several events throughout the week, as you mentioned. And I believe that their website's mountorbautomall.com. I think I saw that in the fair book. But as you said, nice ad there. You can read all about them. Certainly follow them on social media. But very appreciative of everything that they do throughout the week here at the fair.
Well, Nathan, it looks like we are going to meet some of our individuals going for King and Queen and some of the ambassadors. So I'll turn the mic back over to you.
That's right, Becky. We have the first of our Queen candidates this evening. This is Shaylin Macklem. Shaylin's representing the Huntington Hotshots 4-H Club. She's the daughter of Sarah Miller and Timothy Macklem, 2023 graduate of Ripley High School and Southern Hills Technical Center in the Criminal Justice Program. She served as president of Huntington Hotshots, participated in the baking competition, and is also a member of the Drug-Free Club of America. She's being driven tonight by Drew Ann Kendrick, another longtime 4-H volunteer. Again, that's Queen candidate Shaylin Macklem. And following her is her club, the Huntington Hotshots 4-H Club. With their co-head advisors, Julie Staley and Nicole Little. 4-H members are from Huntington Township, Aberdeen, and Ripley, and they have lots of projects here at the fair this year, Becky, and they welcome everyone to this year's Little State Fair.
No, absolutely, and they believe a lot in community service. That club is always doing something for their local community. Nathan, we certainly want to welcome a group that supports so many different organizations in Brown County. That's the Georgetown Eagles, and they're proud to support local charities and schools, and believe me, they do. Their facility is located up on North Main Street, but they truly give to a lot of local community events, activities, charities, so we want to thank them for being here and thank them for all they do throughout the entire year.
And Becky, also one of our very generous supporters of our royalty program. Without their support, we couldn't have the program to have our king and queen and court and all the industry ambassadors that you're going to be meeting throughout the parade this evening. So big thanks to the Georgetown Eagles.
Well, Nathan, now it's the time to salute those individuals that keep our community safe. And one of those indeed is the Georgetown Fire Department. They're here tonight, and we want to thank them. They put their lives on the line every time there's an emergency, and they answer the call. So we want to thank the Georgetown Fire Department for joining us this evening on this beautiful night in Georgetown, Ohio. And it's really nice to see all the different vehicles they have and what they do for our community. I know they do a lot of fundraisers because fire equipment is not cheap, and the EMT equipment's not cheap, but these individuals are so dedicated to making our community the safe place that it needs to be. So thank you, Georgetown Fire Department and the Fire and EMS group for being here this evening. We appreciate all you do every day of the year, answering the call when it's needed.
Well, Becky, while we've got a little break here, I know we mentioned earlier that our Grand Marshals were riding on the Wildfire Equestrian Team. That's a 6-horse Clydesdale hitch. Very, very impressive. And as we said, they're going to be performing throughout the week. Their course here this evening, they'll be on exhibit in one of the barns tomorrow. And at noon, they'll have a performance right here in the main ring. They'll also be presenting the flag at the tractor pull and for some of the horse shows later in the week. Really, really thrilled to have them here. And a big thank you to the sponsors of the Wildfire Equestrian this week. That's Mike Jennings, ERA Realtor, and Parker's Pizza here in Georgetown.
I really want to thank the sponsors too, because the fair would not exist if we didn't have all those sponsors. I was counting up, for example, the number of buyers that are listed in the fair book, and it's over 328. Now that's just the ones. There could have been back bidders too, but you talk about support. Volunteers, we have buyers, you have those that sponsor the trophies, awards, but there are volunteers that work every different angle, every different aspect, every different event at this fair. We are so fortunate to have a team, a group of volunteers committed like they are to Brown County.
That's right, Becky. The Junior Fair exhibitors certainly are the highlight of the week, but behind all those exhibitors are that huge support system that you just talked about.
Nathan, here's a really important group in our county too, the Brown County Humane Society. Located, you can see their building off of 68 at the north end of town, but they do so much for so many animals that need care. Many times there's lost animals, there's animals that just need to find a new home for whatever reason, and our Brown County Humane Society is there helping out. So thank you for being here tonight's parade.
And Becky, they told us from January through August this year, their shelters had over 450 dogs, 300 cats, and through a number of programs, more than 780 animals were spayed or neutered in the first 8 months of 2023. The Board of Directors extends a big thank you to the Humane Society staff, donors, volunteers, and supporters. You make that work possible. Quite an impressive group.
Absolutely. In another group, many of those are volunteers as well. So not only are there volunteers at the fair, but so many different events throughout and community activities throughout our year. Well, we want to welcome Ring Real Estate, providing the county with service you deserve and agents you can trust for over 29 years now. And they're reminding you of our theme for the fair, Harvest the Festival, voted the best real estate brokerage in Brown County this last year and the best of Brown County.
That's right. And Becky just making her way around the front of the ring here. That was our equestrian ambassador, Allie Kratzer, member Georgetown FFA, and the Hooves and Halters 4-H Club. She's a senior at Georgetown High School, where she's on the volleyball team, president of the Southern Ohio Equestrian Team, and she's going to be showing her horse, Boone, and her mule, Mesa, at the fair this week. She's the
We all have individual needs when it it comes to our prescriptions. Why not choose a pharmacy that offers personalized, friendly service that's also convenient? Health Source of Ohio pharmacies offer free prescription delivery within their service area, free shipping on your mail order prescriptions, auto refill, and more. Call 513-707-9900 or visit healthsourceofohio.org for more information. Stop by any of the pharmacy locations in Seaman, Mount Orb, or Batavia to meet the staff. Health Source of Ohio is proud to be the source for pharmacy in your community.
We can make a lifelong difference. With 17 locations throughout Southern Ohio and Eastern Kentucky, First State Bank is here to help you with all your lending and banking needs. They look forward to making your dreams a reality. Stop and visit their website at fsb4me.com to see how they can help today. We also want to recognize the Brown County Board of Developmental Disabilities. You know, this is an organization that does so much for so many individuals in our community. For example, Night to Shine, which is a wonderful event held every February. They do some special events for clients throughout the year. Their offices, or administrative offices, are here at the fairgrounds, but we want to thank the Brown County Board of Developmental Disabilities for joining us tonight, too.
And Becky, we have our next industry ambassadors to meet. They are representing the ag and exhibits industry. This is Cecilia Clubb and Mr. Connor Hardiman. They're riding in a 1971 Ford LTD driven by Mark Hardiman. Cecilia is a member of the Ringleaders 4-H Club and also Western Brown FCCLA Junior Leaders Junior Fair Board. And she's chairman of BFIT here at the fairgrounds this week. Her parents are Joseph and Julia Clubb. Connor, the son of Jason and Chastity Hardiman, sophomore at Georgetown High School. He's been in 4-H for 6 years and FFA for 2, and he was a first-year camp counselor this year for 2 4-H camps. Also a member of Junior Fair Board and participates in the rifle shooting sports program. Cecilia and Connor invite everyone to check out the Ag and Exhibits projects over in the Neal building this week.
And what a great representation we have now of the Georgetown schools, Nathan. Through empowering students with personalized experiences, the Georgetown Exempted Village Schools will be the destination for an education that ignites passion, inspires action, and instills greatness in the future of every student. And Nathan, I have a lot of opportunity to go to Georgetown, and it is amazing to meet with the faculty and the students and to see the kinds of things that are happening at Georgetown. So we want to thank the Georgetown schools for being here tonight. I also want to thank them for the use of their grounds, getting the parade organized. So thank you, Georgetown. We hope you all have a great fair week. We want to thank the Washington Township Fire Department for being here with us tonight as well. Another group that is keeping our community safe. They respond immediately when there's a need. We want to thank them for what they do to making sure that our communities certainly are safe.
Well, Becky, you know, another one of the junior fair organizations that you're going to see a lot from this week at the fair is FFA, and here's the first of our FFA chapters. They are from Ripley High School. This year they hosted their annual Tenderloin booth at the Ripley Heritage Festival. They attended national and state convention, participated in many career development events, and their junior high FFA livestock team placed third in the state, and the junior high dairy team placed second in the state. Quite an accomplishment. Also had 2 students receive their state FFA degrees this year. Their members carry several different projects, including cattle, poultry, rabbits, equine, shop, and crop projects. And Becky, their queen candidate this evening is McKenna Scott, who's a senior at Ripley and at Southern Hills. Also participates in FCCLA, cheerleading, and Skills USA. She's shown chickens at the fair for many years. Her parents are Ann and Sean Scott, and McKenna's also serving as one of this year's poultry industry ambassadors.
And we also want to welcome the Brown County Democratic Party, celebrating the wonderful memories with the Brown County Fair and all the great events that happen here each year. The Democratic booth is open to provide information about registering to vote and where to vote, and either voting on or the election day. They want you to enjoy the fair, and they remind you that their booth is located right behind the grandstand. The Brown County Democratic Party, thank you for joining us tonight as well.
And Becky, next up we have Flash Baseball and the Stick Restaurant and Bar. It's a family-friendly full-service restaurant and bar located just outside Hamersville at the Flash Baseball Complex. They have homemade soups and desserts and weekly specials. An arcade and party room are available for special events, pool tables and pool tournaments during the winter months. They have short-term cabin and lodge rentals on property. Youth baseball and softball tournaments are coming next spring, and their adult softball leagues are now playing through October, and they will also resume in the spring. Again, Flash Baseball and the Stick Restaurant and Bar, just outside Hamersville.
We also want to thank the Brown County Beekeepers Association for being here. They help new and experienced beekeepers learn the craft, advocate for bees and beekeeping. They'll remove swarms. Check on their website for more information. They do have local honey for sale in the Wayland building. They've got a great display, by the way, in the Wayland building, too. Want to thank the Brown County Beekeepers for being here, too. Just a reminder, too, if you have children on the float, we ask that you meet them further down the line than getting them at the gate. This slows the process just a little bit. So if you have children with you, please meet them on down the line just a bit.
All right, well, let's say hello to our next 4-H club. This is the Brown County Canine Renegades. They are a dog-based club. They have 17 members, and they were represented at the 2023 Ohio State Fair in both the dog and the horse industry. Shay Cunningham is the head advisor of that club. They have 20 folks there on the float with them. As we said, 17 members, several advisors, and they have lots of projects that they'll be showing here at the Brown County Fair.
We also want to welcome Cub Scout Pack 304. The Georgetown Cubs Pack 304 is always welcoming new scouts. They meet the second and fourth Monday of the month, 6:30 p.m. at the Georgetown United Methodist Church. We want to welcome the Russellville Church of Christ. They're located on South Columbus Street, very active in the community of Russellville. They have a food pantry, a clothing pantry. They do a lot for so many in the community, so I want to welcome the Russellville Church of Christ.
And Becky, we have our next band that's participating in the parade tonight. They are from Western Brown High School, and Becky will take a quick break here as they play a song.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
Indian corn, signs, scarecrows. They say it's too much to mention, but they've got a lot of those decorations out there on their float, looking very nice tonight. And they invite everyone to come out, bring the kids for some good family fun. That's at Lang's Pumpkin Barn.
Located right there in Hammer Road. And Nathan and I went by there just the other day, and boy, do they have a lot of fun things out there. So I want to thank them for being here this evening as well.
All right, Becky, let's meet our next King and Queen candidates. Bailey Joy Davis is the Queen candidate, the daughter of Doug and Tammy Davis, representing the Red Oak Ranchers 4-H Club. She's a student at the Galen College of Nursing, also a member of the Ripley FFA, and serves on Junior Fair Board and active at the Bethlehem Church of Christ. She was also the 2023 Ohio Shorthorn Queen. Kyle Berry is representing Eastern Brown FFA, and he tells me he's the very proud son of Pat and Lisa Berry. He's a student at Southern State Community College. He's taken multiple crop projects, corn, beans, and hay, participated in band and National Honor Society at Eastern. And Doug Davis is the driver tonight for our King and Queen candidates, Bailey Joy Davis and Mr. Kyle Berry.
And what a fun event that will be immediately following the parade in the Danny Gray building. We want to thank the Franklin Township Fire Department for joining us this evening too. Another fine example of people protecting us every single day of the year, no matter what time, but when needed. Well, Nathan, you talk about a group that does a lot for a lot of our county population. That would be the Brown County Senior Citizens Council. They provide social services to Brown County senior citizens for 48 years, and they remind us to call for home care and transportation needs. And they also want to remind everybody, too, Thursday is Senior Citizen Day down in the Danny Gray building. A lot of great activities that will be happening there. So we want to thank the Brown County Senior Citizens Council for what they do all year long.
That's right, Becky. A lot of coordination for that event on Thursday. Registration begins at 9 a.m. over in the Danny Gray Activity Center. Some of the scheduled events are a fun walk, line dancing, senior fun games, entertainment, and door prizes. Really want to thank the Senior Citizens Council for everything they do and for being here with us this evening.
And Nathan, you know, there are volunteers that will even help with that event too. So we talk about volunteers when it comes to Brown County. They are everywhere, and boy, do we appreciate it.
Well, Becky, next up, we're going to meet our 2023 Beef Industry Ambassador. This is Miss Brandy Schuler. Brandy is the daughter of Carrie and Suzanne Schuler. She's a student at Eastern High School and at Southern State. She's active in Student Council, NHS, PTK Honor Society, and is a three-sport athlete. She's also been a member of the Jackson Junior Farmers 4-H Club for 10 years, and she's been showing beef projects for 8. Also a member of the Junior Fair Board. She's being escorted tonight by Jacob Fott, and Cody Schuler is the driver tonight. Again, Miss Brandy Schuler, our 2023 Beef Industry Ambassador.
Now, here's a group with a lot of energy tonight. The Eastern Middle School Cheerleaders. This is the 2024 Eastern Middle School Cheerleaders. Team consists of 3 8th grade and 7th grade cheerleaders, coached by Cheryl Broughton and Emily Fetters. Let's hear it, EMS. And Nathan, don't forget to stock the trailer. Do you want to tell me one more time what that is all about?
Well, yes, Becky, we are going to be collecting all week non-perishable food items in a trailer over by the Neal Building. And our goal is for our Brown County Junior Fair to be #1 in the state. But that's going to take the help of all of us. Remember, bring non-perishable food items, help us stock that trailer over by the Neal Building.
And we want to thank our volunteers, too. We've got Evelyn on the gate, Liz is on the gate, Ryan's out there. We've got Dave Fry helping here, Christy Clary in here. Takes a lot of people just in terms of the fair parade. So thanks, big thanks to all of them. And don't forget, we are live on C103. Broadcasting with the Good Guys TV too, so we really appreciate them being here as well. Well, Nathan, here's another group that's doing a lot for patients, the Queen City Hospice East. Queen City Hospice East is opening a new office in Fayetteville, serving all the surrounding counties. And they remind us they do whatever it takes when it matters the most. So we want to thank you for joining us this evening as well. And you're on L. Okay. Now, Nathan, a lot of events coming tomorrow. Again, the Escape to Your Future, 1 to 3 in the Danny Gray building. And I heard there's some great giveaways. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You'll have to come. Or 9 to 11 on Friday morning in the Danny Gray building, too. But again, that was a group of 20 volunteers that all came together to see that was happen. I believe we're going to meet some more Junior Fair exhibitors.
That's right, Becky. In addition to that great event, lots of Junior Fair activities tomorrow, which we'll be talking about a little bit later tonight for sure. But next up is our next 4-H club. This is the Mount Orb Live Wires. They have 40 members. This year they wrote thank you letters to all the local veterans. Their members participated in the local Kibler fundraiser. They also had special guests come and talk to them about flag folding and etiquette. Their projects include general livestock and project books, everything from small and large animals to forestry and shooting sports. And Becky, you talk about some of those great volunteers, over 150 4-H advisors, the advisors of the Live Wires, Lori and Eric Netherow, Sarah and Susan Kelsey. Best of luck this week to the Mount Orb Live Wires 4-H Club.
And they believe in community service. They've done a lot throughout the year. Well, they only gave me a little line here, but this is 99.5 The Edge and C103 Country. Now on Good Guys Radio TV, the only radio and TV stations covering the Brown County Fair. Well, I want to add, too, this group covers Adams, Highland, Claremont, Kentucky. C103 and the Edge 99.5 are certainly dedicated to making sure we know what's happening in our region of the state and nationwide. So I want to thank them for all they do. Be sure and tune in to C103. They'll be covering the livestock auctions, live broadcast of many of the events. I saw their schedule on Facebook earlier today. So we want to thank them for being here tonight, but not only tonight and during the fair, but through the entire year. They do a wonderful job for our community.
Yeah, Becky, they'll be with us a little bit later tonight broadcasting the King and Queen ceremony, both on C103 and on Good Guys Radio TV as well. Big thank you to them, and a big hello to everyone listening and watching at home this evening.
And they do broadcast the Ohio State games and the Bengals game, they were telling us tonight, too. So
yes,
you won't have to miss it. You just tune to the radio.
But I hope they don't cut us off for the Bengals game tonight, Becky.
No, Matt has said that is not going to happen.
All right, we want to welcome the Brown and Claremont Adult Career Campuses. They represent Southern Hills Career Technical Center and Grant Career Center. They provide career certification courses for adults, preparing them for in-demand careers close to home. They invite you to check out their programs at campuses here in Georgetown, in Mount Orb, in Bethel, and in Batavia. They specialize in welding, nursing assistant, CDL, medical assistant, LPN, phlebotomy, firefighter, and EMT training, and they invite you to ask about their adult diploma programs as well. Brown and Claremont Adult Career Campuses, new careers start here.
Absolutely, Nathan, and they do so much for our community. And lately they've been doing some feature articles and some of their individuals that have been graduating in some of these areas. It's exciting to see all this happen at that campus, the growth and the development. So we want to thank Brown and Claremont Adult Career Campus, career certified. Get your career started there. They would love to talk to you if you're interested in one of those areas as well.
Well, Becky, in our next two vehicles, these are this year's goat industry ambassadors. And first up, we have Miss Katie Short. Katie, a 4-year member of Fayetteville FFA and a 9-year member of Showtime 4-H Club. She's shown market goats for 9 years, and she spends her summers traveling around Ohio for Jackpot Series goat shows. She's a member of the National Junior Honor Society at Fayetteville. Her parents are Craig and Jamie Short, and they're driving Katie this evening, and her escort is Mr. Dylan Helton. Our other goat industry ambassador is Mr. Cole Gaucher. Cole is the son of Rick and Crystal Gaucher and a junior at Fayetteville. He's been on the Junior Fair Board for 2 years and is currently the Ag Rep Officer. He's been in 4-H as well for 10 years and 3 years as a member of Fayetteville FFA. He served as a camp counselor for 2 years and has been showing market and breeding goat projects for 5 years. Tonight, he's being driven by Rick Gaucher. Again, our goat industry ambassadors, Katie Short and Cole Gaucher. Becky, they're going to be telling everyone a little bit more about their industry tonight when we meet all of our industry ambassadors.
Family meant everything to my father, Paul. Growing up in a small community with 2 hardworking parents, he learned at an early age just how important it is to help and protect others. That's what inspired him to establish Paul Hall & Associates Insurance, protecting others. My father also believed that if he followed the golden rule and treated our customers as he wanted to be treated, he would build a successful business focused on the families and communities that we serve. He instilled this philosophy in each one of us here at Paul Hall & Associates, and his legacy lives on. We are Paul Hall & Associates, our family, ensuring yours.
Representing a great industry, our #1 industry in the state, so powerful. Well, it's time to welcome the Adams Brown Recycling, and not only them, but AdCap on Wheels, AdCap Home Care Transportation, and the Recycling Center just reminds you that it's a free service all over the county. They have several trucks. But Nathan, let's take a little bit further information that's been provided in terms of some of the programs that are happening at ADCAP. ADCAP Meals on Wheels, for example, serve homebound seniors who are 60 years and older with hot, ready-to-eat nutritional meals. With these services, they're able to provide wellness checks and promote social interaction. They're more than just a meal. And Nathan and I went on one of the delivery trips and tell you what it means to have that hot meal delivered to someone. It's such a wonderful opportunity. We also have the ADCAP Home Care Transportation. They transport seniors to and from medical appointments Monday through Saturday. They transport to grocery store via special order from your case manager. They have 4 handicap accessible vans, and their drivers wear masks and sanitize the vans daily to keep you safe as possible. When it comes to ADCAP, in Brown, but not Brown only, Adams as well, they do so much for our community every day of the year. We want to thank them for being here tonight. They also have displays over in the Goslin Barn, which is what we're looking into right now, right beside the grandstand. Be sure and stop by there too.
All right, Becky, we have our next FFA chapter. They are from Fayetteville. They are made up of over 100 active members. This year they were named a gold-rated chapter by Ohio FFA and a national 3-star chapter on the national level. They pride themselves on all their community service activities, Becky, which I've read a lot about, providing students with real-world experiences. Their advisor is Nathan Berkheimer. And they're also have on their float this evening our dairy industry ambassador. That's Claire Schaefer. Claire's a senior at Fayetteville, and she's representing the FFA chapter, but she also participates in FCCLA, the academic team, mock trial, and plays volleyball. She's the reporter for Fayetteville FFA. She's shown dairy cattle for many years in 4-H and FFA, and her parents are Marcy and Eric Schaefer. Again, that's the members from Fayetteville FFA.
We also want to thank the Mount Ora Fire Department for being here, putting their lives on the line every day of the year so that we can be safer in the county. Well, Nathan, we're going to go south here just for a little bit to the St. Michael's School. This year, St. Michael's School is celebrating its 100th year of educating students. They're blessed to have a total of 144 students attending the 23-24 school year. They'd like to thank the community for the continued support and look forward to serving your years to come. Matter of fact, I've had the opportunity to go down and judge some science fair projects. Excellent. They do a wonderful job at St. Michael's educating our future leaders.
And Becky, we want to welcome our swine industry ambassador. This is Abby Adams. Abby's representing the Hamersville Livestock 4-H Club. She's a sophomore at Western Brown, serving as treasurer of the 4-H Club, and she's also a member of Junior Fair Board. She participates in yearbook staff, plays soccer. Her parents are Eric and Melissa Adams, and tonight Mike Spitznagel is driving Abby in a 1976 Corvette, a mighty fine-looking vehicle. Again, that is Miss Abby Adams, our swine industry ambassador.
And again, we're going to meet her in just a little bit closer up in the Danny Gray building. Next, we have elect Mike Mays for mayor. He would like to wish all the fair exhibitors the best of luck this year and be safe and have fun. Remember to get out and vote this November. Elect Mike Mays for mayor.
And Becky, we want to welcome People's Bank. People's Bank working together, building success. They have locations here in Georgetown, up in Mount Orb, in Ripley, and in Sardinia. We want to thank them for being a part of the parade this evening. They've walked a long way down through town, and really glad that they're with us tonight. Again, that's from People's Bank.
And they've actually been volunteers at many different events throughout the year, too. We want to thank the People's Bank for joining us tonight and throughout the year.
And Becky, we'll take a pause here as we have our next
marching band. They are from Fayetteville High School. We'll pause while they play a quick song.
Want to thank Fayetteville for joining us, and they are under the direction of a new band director this year. So thank you, Fayetteville, for being here. Great presentation.
And Becky, our next 4-H club is the Georgetown Hooves and Halters 4-H club. Their king candidate this evening is Mr. Eli Hatton, queen candidate Leah Patchell. Eli, the son of Stacy and Jeff Hatton, a member of the 4-H club, a senior at Georgetown, and also the goalkeeper for the varsity soccer team and a percussionist in the band. Also a member of Student Council and National Honor Society. He's shown market lambs for 9 years. Leah, the daughter of Jennifer and Jason Patchell, a junior at Georgetown, where she plays soccer and participates in National Honor Society as well as FFA. Her projects include beef, egg production, and dairy goats. Again, that's Eli Hatton, Leah Patchell, king and queen candidates from the Hooves and Halters 4-H club. Eli, I should also mention, Becky is one of this year's sheep industry ambassadors. And Becky, we are thrilled to have with us the Golden Years Queens. We have the Aberdeen Golden Years Queen, Kay Marshall. We have the Ripley Golden Years Queen, Sanja Benjamin. And they have a special guest out there with them, Little Miss Aberdeen, Malaya Fagan. That is the Golden Years Queens and their special guest, Little Miss Aberdeen.
And they're here all week at the fair as well, too. I know you'll see Kay, especially helping out and volunteering at many different events. We want to welcome First Stop Incorporated of Winchester. Make sure First Stop your only stop. Check out any of their 54 convenience stores located all over our communities. First Stop of Winchester.
And next we have the folks from Peace Lutheran Church from over in Arnheim. Their worship services are at 8:30 a.m. a contemporary service, 9:30 a.m. Sunday school, 10:30 a.m. traditional service. They're handing out free coffee and water, Becky, free coffee. That got my attention. Free coffee and water at their booth in the Goslin building. Really happy to have the folks from Peace Lutheran Church with us.
And Nathan, just about 6 weeks ago, they had a free yard sale where anybody could come and get needed supplies. They do a lot all year long, fixing meals. Church really does a lot, making a difference right there, Georgetown address, but right there in the heart of Arnheim.
And Becky, we met one of our sheep industry ambassadors. Here is the other. This is Miss Lacey Kilgore. This is a 1931 Model A coupe that's family owned. It was first owned by Lacey's grandfather. The driver is Joe Latapi. Lacey's a member of the Hamersville Livestock 4-H Club and Western Brown FFA. She's a class officer at Western Brown and plays select soccer. Currently secretary of the 4-H Club, has shown both market lambs and market goats. Also a member of the Junior Fair Board. Her parents are Aaron and Stacy Cornett and Katie and Matt Kilgore. Again, Miss Lacey Kilgore, our sheep industry ambassador.
Well, Nathan, now if you come the end of August, what a fun event you could go to. The Ohio Rural Heritage Festival, and tonight we have the Queen and her court. Festival Queen Alexis Corbin, first runner-up Jenna Carrington, second runner-up Grace Taylor. The festival is Ripley, and again, it's the end of August, and it celebrates our heritage. Great festival. If you haven't been there, be sure and check them out another time. The Old Car Friends, Mark and Karen Klump in a 1930 Model A Ford, Ernie Siders in a 2007 Mini Cooper, and Rick and Lisa Moore in the 1982 Chevrolet Corvette. You know, they've been in the parade for a long time. We want to thank the Old Car Friends for joining us tonight as well. Beautiful vehicles.
Well, Becky, you know, we've been talking a lot about our junior fair organizations and all of their community service. Here is another club that does so much good community service. This is the Ringleaders 4-H Club. Listen some of their community service. Franklin Township litter pickup. They did flower beds for the BCESC. They did Valentine's for the Veterans Home. And they managed to have some fun as well with the pool party this year. They have a very active Cloverbud program. Their members take a lot of different projects in all the areas: swine, goats, chickens, ducks, geese, horseless horse, sheep, dogs, rabbits, clothing. Food and nutrition, cake decorating, interior design, probably almost every kind of 4-H project you can imagine, their members are taking it this week. They have 30 members and 4 advisors. And Becky, tonight they're being represented by their King candidate, Mr. Aiden Wilhelmy. Aiden is a graduate of Eastern High School, and he's a student at University of Cincinnati Lendner Business School Honors Program. He's taken a lot of projects in 4-H, but his primary area has been swine. He's shown for many years at the Brown County Fair and at open shows throughout the country with his family. He was this year's winner of the Brown County Workforce Development Contest. He also participated in FFA and marching band at Eastern. He's this year's president of the Junior Fair Board and president of the Ringleaders, and is one of the youth reps on the Brown County 4-H committee. Aiden is the son of Brad and Christy Wilhelmy, and again, he's a King candidate representing the Ringleaders 4-H Club.
At the Campbell Group of Sipsicline Realtors, they pride themselves on knowing the area that they're selling. And with more than 40 years serving as Ripley's own real estate agent, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more experienced team. Agent David Campbell and the Campbell Group specialize in southern Brown County river and farm properties. Call 937-392-4308 for the Campbell Group of Sipsicline Realtors, or visit their office at 908 South 2nd Street in Ripley.
ProGen's next-generation technology flooring is designed to stand up to the demands of modern life, and it's available now at the Winchester Carpet Outlet. Because ProGen is durable, waterproof, dimensionally stable, and easy to install, it can be used in any room, including rooms that are most prone to moisture and spills, like kitchens and baths. For top-quality flooring, service, and selection at prices that'll floor you, visit the Winchester Carpet Outlet, just off State Route 32 on Tri-County Road, just a few miles west of Winchester, Ohio, and online at winchestercarpetoutlet.com.
Justin and Jonathan are the sons of Greg and Cindy James, both students at Western Brown High School and members of the Mount Orb Renegades 4-H Club. Justin, a member of Junior Fair Board and a member of Troop 84 Boy Scouts in Williamsburg. He's shown market and fancy rabbits and chickens at the fair. Jonathan is a star rank scout, also in Troop 84, plays in the marching band at Western Brown, and is vice president of the Renegades 4-H Club this year. He's also on Junior Fair Board, shows fancy rabbits and chickens, as well as market rabbit projects. Again, that's Justin James, our poultry industry ambassador, and Jonathan James, our rabbit industry ambassador.
And that's all going to be soon when we get to meet all of them in the Danny Gray building. We want to welcome the Brown County Republican Party, wishing everyone at the Brown County Fair a safe and memorable week. Representing Senator Rob Portman, Congressman Brad Wenstrup, Governor Mike DeWine, Lieutenant John Husted, Attorney General Dave Yost, Auditor Keith Faber, Secretary of State Frank LaRose, Treasurer Robert Sprague, Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor, Justice Sharon Kennedy, Justice Judith French, Justice Pat Fisher, Justice Pat DeWine, State Representative Alan Byrd, State Senator Terry Johnson, State Representative Justin Pizzulli, Brown County Commissioners Darrell Gray, Barry Woodruff, and Tony Applegate, Treasurer Connie Patrick, Auditor Jill Hall, Recorder Mariah Votel, Sheriff Gordon Ellis, who's also running for Commissioner, Prosecutor Zach Corbin, Clerk of Courts Clark Gray, Judge Scott Gusweiler, Judge Val Lewis, Gina Collinsworth, who's running for State Representative, Chris Hodges for Sheriff, and Courtney Worley, a candidate for Judge. So that's all part of the Republican Club. They've all walked a long way. Give them a round of applause. We appreciate all of them being here this evening. We also want to announce that David Benjamin has joined the group tonight, and Tim O'Hara, commissioner candidate as well. So Brown County Republican Club well represented this evening. Thank you all for being here. It's been a long walk, but they're supporting their candidates, so we want to thank them for joining us as well. Already read them. So take this on this? Okay. Courtney, yeah. Because they got to be on one slope together. That's why we can't do that. So give them a round of applause. They walked a long way supporting their candidates as well.
The leaves are changing, the weather's turning cooler, and Irwin Farms Corn Maze is now open. Come harvest a memory, get lost in the corn maze, and shop for all your fall decor. Mums, pumpkins, candlebearer candles, and more. Come out September 30th as the Ohio Performance Dogs return to the farm. And don't miss the squash carver as he carves a 500-pound pumpkin. Irwin Farms and Corn Maze, located at 1365 Coon Hill Road in Winchester. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 9, and Sunday noon to 6.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Are you worried about health insurance? Are you losing Medicaid? Do you have questions about Medicare? You want to cover your employees? Or just concerned with protecting your family? Then call me. I'm Tim McEwen, your local health insurance specialist. 937-379-1735 or online at timformedicare.com. That's Tim, the number 4, Medicare.com. Again, 937-379-1735.
Great junior fair activities getting underway. First thing tomorrow, our horse show back at the back ring. At 10 o'clock, we'll have the ATV dirt bike safety event back in the tractor pool area, and the Cloverbud activities, which we also mentioned will be taking place over in the Danny Gray Activities Center.
And it looks like the last of the Republicans is going through the line with the vote for judge for Courtney Worley. So we want to thank all those organizations, the Democratic Club and the Republicans, for joining us at the Little State Fair Parade. All of those individuals striving to make our community a better place to live, play, and work.
And Becky, we were talking about that King and Queen ceremony a little bit later. We're ready to meet our next Queen candidate. This is Miss Emma Attinger. Emma is representing the New Hope 4-H Club. Emma is a sophomore at Northern Kentucky University, where she's majoring in elementary and special education. She has primarily shown equine projects here at the fair. She was on last year's Queen's Court. Her parents are Brian and Allison Attinger and Dan Mitchell. Trey Budke from USA Mortgage is the driver this evening. And in the next vehicle, we have also representing the New Hope 4-H Club, a King candidate, Bailey Kirker. Bailey's the 19-year-old son of Tommy and Megan Kirker. He graduated last year, and he is a member of the local workforce in plastics fabrication. He's also a volunteer firefighter for the Sardinia Fire Department. He's going to be showing goats at the fair this week. And his father, Tommy, is the driver tonight. Once again, representing the New Hope 4-H Club, Queen candidate Emma Attinger and King candidate Bailey Kirker.
And we want to thank the Williamsburg Township Fire Department for joining us. Another group with their lives on the line every single day of the year, answering that call when we need them the most. Want to thank them for being here too. Barb Ketzel, your local hometown realtor with over a decade of real estate experience. Barb is ready to serve your real estate needs in the Southern Ohio area. You can call and text her at 937-446-DEAL. Again, Barb Ketzel with Coldwell Banker Realty. I want to thank you for joining us in tonight's parade.
And Becky, we want to welcome Primary Plus from Ripley. They offer complete care for the entire family and for the entire community. They offer primary care and dental services. They're always welcoming new patients. Primary Plus Ripley is located in the RULH Elementary Building, and you can learn more about them at www.primaryplus.net. Again, that's the team from Primary Plus down in Ripley.
We want to welcome Jared Cornett for Clark Township Fiscal Officer. He reminds you to vote for him, serving the community in many ways. So Jared Cornett for Clark Township Fiscal Officer. I think we are back to another junior fair exhibitor.
Well, that's right, Becky. We have our next Queen candidate and also the float from the Georgetown FFA chapter. Their Queen candidate is Rose Steigerwald. Rose is 16 years old and the daughter of Cheryl Kahn. She's a junior at Georgetown where she's a cheerleader and participates in National Honor Society and Student Council. She's going to be showing 3 breeding heifers and 2 feeder calves this week. She also serves on the Junior Fair Board Beef Department. Tavon Taylor is her escort this evening. Best of luck to Rose in tonight's Queen contest. And again, that is the float from Georgetown FFA with their theme, Harvest the Memories.
We want to welcome the West Fork Baptist Church this evening. West Fork Baptist Church and Community Outreach Pantry would like to invite you to their loving church to worship and to serve those in need in Brown County. Service hours are Sunday 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pantry hours are the third Saturday of every month, 9 to 12. Serving Christ by serving families. And we want to welcome the Russellville Fire Department and EMS services every day, putting their lives on the line for our communities, making them a healthier and safer place to be. So thank you, Russellville Fire Department and EMS, for joining us this evening. We certainly appreciate all you do every single day of the year. And that rainbow has not faded one bit. What a beautiful sight to see. I hope you've had the opportunity to take some photos.
And Becky, we want to welcome next up the Ripley Ridge Runners 4-H Club. They participated in a roadside cleanup, panning for gold, which sounds interesting, nature exploring, and the Kibler Cookout. Their projects this week: gardening, sewing, rabbits, goats, chickens, photography, and scrapbooking. You can see their projects throughout the fair. Best of luck to all the exhibitors from the Ripley Ridge Runners 4-H Club.
We also want to welcome Snap Fitness of Mount Orab. Snap Fitness Mount Orab, where they strive for excellence in everything they do. Their staff is ready and eager to help you achieve nothing short of results. The strengths of their members defines who they are. Stop in and see them just outside the Gordon Bodley building here during the fair. Again, Snap Fitness of Mount Orab.
And Becky, another one of our very involved, very hardworking junior fair organizations. This is Girl Scouts, and we want to welcome the Hamersville Girl Scout Troop 4712. That's again Hamersville Troop 4712. They're going to be participating in that event I mentioned tomorrow, Becky, that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Girl Scouts very involved, lots of involvement here at the fair this week. And we're really, really happy to have the first of several Girl Scout troops that we're going to have in the parade tonight.
Might want to mention, too, they have displays in Ronimus Hall, which is right behind the grandstand. So be sure and check out those Clover Buds, the Girl Scouts, the Family and Consumer Projects for 4-H. There'll be a style show later this week, too. So be sure and check those out in Ronimus Hall.
And Becky, next up we have our other rabbit industry ambassador. This is Miss Maddie Hauser. Maddie's a member of Beefs Up 4-H Club and the Western Brown FFA. She's shown rabbit projects for 5 years, mostly fancy breeds. She's participated in many community service activities through both 4-H and FFA. She's currently the sentinel of the FFA chapter at Western Brown. Her parents, Joanne Lewis and Sean Hauser. Again, that's Miss Maddie Hauser, our rabbit industry ambassador.
And Nathan, we want to welcome CVS Pharmacy to tonight's parade. They remind you to come on down to your local CVS for all your pharmaceutical needs. Stop by and say hello to Doug or Mike anytime. And of course, they're located on East State Street right here in Georgetown. We want to welcome the BB Chapel CME Church. Come harvest the memories at BB Chapel, CME Church, under the leadership of Pastor Naya Royal. BB Chapel is located at 438 Main Street, right in Ripley. They are a body of diverse believers, united in Christ, bringing glory to God by serving Him and others, boldly proclaiming the gospel, bridging generations together in a place where you belong. Join them in person or via Facebook or Zoom each Sunday at 11 a.m. for morning worship. The BB Chapel, CME Church, you matter to God, you matter to us. And we want to thank them for being with us tonight.
Well, Becky, if you're looking for answers to find your family roots here in Brown County, this group has those answers. This is the Brown County Genealogy Society. Their library is located in the old jail at 200 East Cherry Street, right here in Georgetown. Again, that's the Brown County Genealogy Society. And we want to welcome the Georgetown Happy Hustlers 4-H Club. The Happy Hustlers have been harvesting those memories since 1963. Becky, one of our long-term 4-H clubs, their members very involved in community service and 4-H activities. Lots of projects here at the fair this week. Amanda Powell, their head advisor. And again, we want to wish the best of luck to the Georgetown Happy Hustlers 4-H club.
And we want to welcome the Eastern Brown Band. Nathan, they just qualified for the state on Friday night at their competition over in Ross County. So congratulations, Eastern Brown. Let's take a listen.
That's right, Becky. I was listening. I was watching the results from up there at Logan Elm High School. Big night for the Eastern Brown
Band for sure.
More than a century of service. Let that sink in for a moment. For more than 100 years, since 1908, and through 4 generations of family-owned business, Georgetown Marble and Granite has stood firm in our community. They've helped thousands of families pay their respects and have memorialized so many lives gone, but not forgotten. When that difficult time comes, Georgetown Marble and Granite will be there to assist you too. Visit their location on East North Street in Georgetown or call 937-378-6314.
Well, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
In court, like in baseball, you want a judge to call things down the middle. Experience matters. That's Michelle Harris. As a magistrate, she has the most judicial experience. Michelle Harris has the most experience as a prosecutor. Michelle Harris is the only candidate with experience doing jury trials. Michelle Harris, experience we can trust. Vote Michelle Harris for judge.
Paid for by Harris for judge.
And vinyl fence cleaning. They invite you to give them a call for a free estimate at 513-642-WASH, or you can visit their booth right here on the fairgrounds this week. Again, that's Mr. Wash House Washing.
And Nathan, they have a Facebook page, and it is amazing to see the differences from before and after. We want to welcome the Brown County Christian Academy in Sardinia, Ohio. They're having a spaghetti dinner very soon on October the 28th, serving a lot of students right there in the heart of Sardinia, the Brown County Christian Academy.
And Becky, it looks like they want to be sure to invite everyone out to their spaghetti dinner October 28th, starting at 5 p.m. That sign there on their float. Again, that's the Brown County Christian Academy.
We want to thank the Byrd Township Fire Department for joining us tonight, too. Many volunteers, many firemen committed to making our community and county a safer place to be. The Byrd Township Fire Department. Nathan, if you need to know where to get a program, be sure and check out the Senior Fair Board office. Has a lot of the schedules. It has the Junior Fair in it and the Senior Fair. Pick those up in the office. We want to thank Edenfield Construction for being here tonight as well. Edenfield Trucking and Construction, so thank you for joining us too.
That's right, Becky, and over there in the Senior Fair Board office, you can also take a look at this year's fair book, which has a really nice write-up about our parade grand marshals, as well as a dedication to the late Paul Hall and all of the great work that he did supporting the Junior and Senior Fair here at the Brown County Fair.
So once again, I want to thank Edenfield Trucking for joining us this evening too. Appreciate their support.
And Becky, we want to welcome the Georgetown Masonic Lodge, number 72. They're located right here in Georgetown, up on North Main Street. Their lodge was chartered in 1837, and the lodge motto is to make good men better, and to be one, ask one. Again, the Georgetown Masonic Lodge. Becky, I know they've been with us for many years here at the opening night parade. Really want to thank them for coming out tonight.
And we want to welcome Mount Orab Towing. They want you to invite them to your next blowout. So thank you, Mount Orab Towing on West Main Street there in Mount Orab. Thank you for being here. They have 2 units in the parade tonight. So thank you for joining us. Well, Nathan, once again, the Ripley Fire Department has joined us, as well as the Ripley Life Squad. We want to thank these individuals one more time, putting their lives on the line every single day of the year to make it a safer place for all of us. And we want to thank you for being here. We hope you all are enjoying the parade. Many hours go into making the floats, getting volunteers together to be in the parade, so we appreciate all the participation in the Little State Fair opening night parade.
Well, Becky, how about some more school spirit? Here's another very spirited group. This is the middle school cheerleaders from Fayetteville. Alex Belcher is their advisor. They are a football and basketball cheer squad. I know they've been cheering as they've gone around the ring. They probably have another one here for us. But again, that's the group from Fayetteville Middle School Cheer.
And Nathan, want to thank our crew that's working the ring tonight.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
When you're trying to find the best deal on a home or car, you shop around. When it comes to finding the best deal for insuring those things, it just makes sense to shop around too. That's why Column Insurance works as an independent agency. One agency, multiple carriers, allowing your agent to shop for the company that best fits your needs and budget. Column Insurance works with Nationwide and Nationwide Agribusiness, Travelers, Progressive, and more. Stop by Column Insurance in Georgetown to speak to their friendly agents, Jay, Carolyn, or Stacy, or call 378-6947 for a free quote today.
Thank her for joining us and best wishes as you continue your reign. U.S. American Miss 2023, Isabella Mato. Nathan, let's get back to some more exciting events at the county fair.
Yeah, Becky, just a moment. Let's finish out what we're going to be having tomorrow. We will have swine showmanship taking place tomorrow afternoon. We have the goat show that will take place at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And all those yummy Girl Scout baked good treats that were judged earlier in the day will be sold between 5 and 7 p.m. over in Ronimus Hall. Also have skillathons for rabbit, master gardener, shooting sports, lawn care. Those are going to be happening tomorrow afternoon between 3 and 5, also over in Ronimus Hall.
Well, if you want some entertainment not far from home, then the Red Barn Convention Center is for you. They invite you to come and join them at the Red Barn Convention Center, where they're keeping classic country and bluegrass music alive, located just off 32 in Winchester, Ohio. Thank you for joining us, the Red Barn Convention Center. Nathan, any tractor pulls, demolition derbies, what do we got?
Well, Becky, you might have heard there's just a couple things going on this week at the fair. But a couple things that we want to highlight is tomorrow, right here in the main ring, we will have Grammy Award-winning artists Daly and Vincent. That's going to be preceded by Mo Pitney. Again, that's right here in the main ring. We'll talk a little bit more about some of our entertainment coming up, but that's what's taking place tomorrow at the Little State Fair.
And we want to welcome Southern Hills Community Bank. Stop by one of their 8 locations for friendly customer service and all your banking needs. Southern Hills Community Bank locations include Georgetown, Ripley, West Union, Peebles, Lynchburg, Hillsborough, Leesburg, and Greenfield. And Nathan, this group volunteers at a lot of community events as well. They do a lot of things all year long for a community and support a lot of things throughout the entire year. So welcome Southern Hills Community Bank. And they've walked a long way. Let's give them a round of applause. It's a long way from Georgetown High School. Well, Nathan, we have talked over and over tonight about the importance of those individuals that keep us safe. We want to welcome the Hamersville and Clark Township Fire Departments for what they do for our communities, putting their lives on the line to make sure that Brown County is a safer place to be. So thank you, Hamersville and Clark Township Fire Department. Appreciate you being here as well.
Becky, let's roll into Wednesday and talk about a couple of the highlights that are going to be taking place. We're going to have the cheerleading competition that's going to take place right here in the main ring. And a little bit earlier in the day, around noon, we'll have that Wildfire Equestrian Ring performance, very special performance, right here in front of the grandstand. Again, sponsored by Mike Jennings, ERA Realty.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up to the 3, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out ahead she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, 2-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shaq Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit southernhillscommunitybank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
going to be just 4 of the things that I'm planning to try this week, Becky, in addition to funnel cakes and all the other goodies as well.
And we'll check back with you then again on Saturday. Our next exhibit tonight is electing a track for Eastern School Board. To all teachers, volunteers, administration, and volunteers, please note the community sees you and values the hard work you put in each day. She's reminding you to vote on Tuesday, November 7th, and would ask for your vote for the Eastern School Board. Whether you graduated from Eastern or not, as a member of our community, you are a warrior. Now, Nathan, here's a really special group, our Brown County Health Department.
Absolutely, Becky. They're located up on Mount Orr Pike right here in Georgetown, 826 Mount Orr Pike to be exact. They offer flu, COVID, shingles, and pneumonia vaccines. They received this mobile clinic through the Healing Community Study. This unit has been visiting Brown County neighborhoods, offering resources and harm reduction services. Text the word mobile to 888-817-5540 to find out where they're going to be next, or call 378-6892 for more information. Again, Becky, that's a very hard-working group promoting safety, health, and wellness of all of the citizens in Brown County, the folks at Brown County Health Department.
And I can mention, Nathan, Pam Williams, who happens to be driving that vehicle, has been all over this entire county, whether it's been cold, warm, rainy weather, making sure the citizens know more about the services that are offered through the mobile units. So be sure and text them, find out where they are. So many things that they offer through the health department.
And Becky, we have with us the Ohio Nurse Honor Guard of Adams and Brown counties. They are a group of active and retired nurses who volunteer their time. Notice a theme, Becky, all these volunteers that are out here celebrating their organizations and celebrating the fair, but they volunteer their time to honor fellow colleagues during their visitation or memorial services. The Honor Guard considers it a privilege to participate in recognizing their fellow healthcare workers who have served in the profession. They wish to provide comfort to their family and friends during a very difficult time. Again, a big thank you and welcome to the Ohio Nurse Honor Guard of Adams and Brown counties.
And we want to welcome RC's Lawn Care and Landscaping, owned and operated by Ryan Crawford in Russellville. They have been in business for nearly 10 years and are ready to assist you in commercial or residential needs, and give them a call today. RC's Lawn Care and Landscaping.
And we also have with us Cricket Valley Structures, located right here in Georgetown. Zach McKenzie, the owner. Cricket Valley Structures have custom-built garden sheds, garages, cabins, dog kennels, chicken coops, hunting blinds, and greenhouses. Located on State Route 125, midway between Georgetown and Russellville. Their number for more information is 377-1320, or you can check them out online at cricketvalleystructures.com.
And we also want to welcome Miller's Coffee Company. Life is too short to drink bad coffee. Miller's Coffee Company is located in Russellville at the south end of town on 62. Remind you to stop in at their location or grab a bag online. Again, Miller's Coffee Company, George Miller Road, Russellville.
And Becky, I think they travel around with coffee as well. I follow them on Facebook. I know you probably do as well, but I'm always interested to see where they're set up, and I certainly agree with them about coffee for sure.
We also want to welcome Troop Box Ministries, sending boxes to troops overseas. This is a group of volunteers that commit their time, their effort to support our troops. So thank you, Troop Box Ministries, for all you do. They're located out of Hamersville. Do so much for those serving wherever it is around the world. We want to thank you for all you do. I I think we're going to meet some more royalty, Nathan.
Well, Becky, royalty, yes, but you know, the Brown County Fair, not just for residents of Brown County, it's really a regional event, and we are really fortunate here in Southern Ohio to have a lot of different events with a lot of involvement from the community. This is the Queen from the Winchester Homecoming Festival. Patsy Roberts is the president of that festival. Kinsley Mathias was the 2023 Winchester Homecoming Festival Queen. She is 16 years old and a student at North Adams High School, and she wants to welcome everyone out to the Winchester Homecoming Festival next year. Her driver tonight is Melissa Mathias.
And that's a great event over there as well. Congratulations to you. We're welcoming tonight the In-Low Concessions and the Gym, serving the Georgetown area with refreshments and treats, shaved ice, boba tea, health and fit smoothies, Red Bull infusions, and many more custom drinks. They're located right here on the east end of town at 506 East State Street. They also have a drive-through, Nathan, so you can get whatever you need quickly if that need. In-Low Concessions, the Gym.
Well, Becky, you may have heard there's kind of an important football game going on tonight. Not Ohio State, which I know is near and dear to your heart, but it's the Bengals playing on Monday Night Football. And next up, we have the official bank of the Cincinnati Bengals. This is Fifth Third Bank. The financial center manager of the Georgetown branch is Kristen Brooks. Amy Dotson is the mortgage loan originator. Amy wants to invite everyone to stop in and see her for all their mortgage needs. Fifth Third Bank, the only bank you'll ever need.
And Nathan, if you participate in a lot of our activities this week, they've furnished a bunch of ink pens for us. So we appreciate that as well as then volunteering in community too. Well, Nathan, here's an important group for our county and surrounding areas, and that happens to be Child Focus, which strengthens the quality of life for 20,000 individuals in central and southern Ohio by developing thriving kids, strong families, and successful adults. The well-being of our Brown County community is based on healthy families. Child Focus has expanded its prevention and treatment services to include mental health, parenting and substance abuse for stronger, healthier families. Call them at 937-444-1613 or go to child-focus.org. And Nathan,
we all have individual needs when it comes to our prescriptions. Why not choose a pharmacy that offers personalized, friendly service that's also convenient? Health Source of Ohio pharmacies offer free prescription delivery within their service area, free shipping on your mail order prescriptions, auto refill, and more. Call 513-707-9900 or visit healthsourceofohio.org for more information. Stop by any of the pharmacy locations in Seaman, Mount Orb, or Batavia to meet the staff. Health Source of Ohio is proud to be the source for pharmacy in your community.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow.
End of Georgetown. They're ready to help you with all of your automotive needs. They want to invite everyone to stop by the fair booth for a chance to win some fabulous prizes. They also have with them Linda's Embroidery. Linda's Embroidery, located in Russellville, established in 2004, a great local business. Come see Linda for all of your embroidery, screen printing, sublimation, and direct-to-garment printing needs. Big thanks to Georgetown Tire and Service and Linda's Embroidery.
And we want to thank Jeremy Jones, for Mayor of Georgetown, for joining us this evening as well. He reminds you to vote, first of all, but he would also like a vote for elect Jeremy Jones for Mayor of Georgetown.
And next up with us tonight, we have Crawford Insurance. Crawford Insurance represents American National Agribusiness Insurance. They specialize in commercial and farm insurance, but they also provide life insurance and retirement opportunities as well. Dean Crawford, located down in Ripley, also a location in Tennessee, I understand. But really want to welcome Crawford Insurance here with us tonight.
Nathan?
Family meant everything to my father, Paul. Growing up in a small community with two hardworking parents, he learned at an early age just how important it is to help and protect others. That's what inspired him to establish Paul Hall & Associates Insurance. Protecting others. My father also believed that if he followed the golden rule and treated our customers as he wanted to be treated, he would build a successful business focused on the families and communities that we serve. He instilled this philosophy in each one of us here at Paul Hall & Associates, and his legacy lives on. We are Paul Hall & Associates, our family, insuring yours.
At the Campbell Group of Sipsicline Realtors, they pride themselves on knowing the area that they're selling. And with more than 40 years serving as Ripley's own real estate agent, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more experienced team. Agent David Campbell and the Campbell Group specialize in southern Brown County river and farm properties. Call 937-392-4308 for the Campbell Group of Sipsicline Realtors, or visit their office at 908 South 2nd Street in Ripley.
A new complex in Mount Orb, DR Horton.
And next up, we have the Youth Revival Conference. The Youth Revival is a 1.5-day conference open to middle school and high school students coming up on October 13th. Again, that is the Youth Revival Conference.
And we have the No to Recall Nancy Montgomery. Nancy has been a wonderful council member in Georgetown. Vote no to the recall to keeping Nancy on council. Nathan, I don't know if you've been uptown or come through it, but there were some great straw bales that have been decorated by some of the businesses in the area. You'll have to be sure and take a look at those. They did those just in time for the county fair. Really nice addition to part of Georgetown uptown. Be sure to check those out.
All the way through town, Becky, absolutely. Well, next up, we have coming soon to Williamsburg Township. If you've driven on 32, you've seen the facility going up down there. These are the folks from Nestle Purina Pet Care. They're going to be opening soon down in Williamsburg Township, providing lots of opportunities for local jobs. Very, very happy to have them a part of our local community, and great to see them here at our opening night parade.
And we want to welcome B&L Extreme Clean. They offer pressure washing and detailing needs for your home or business, from buildings to houses, cars to equipment, or fleets. Located right here in Georgetown, B&L Extreme Clean. Thank you for joining us this evening as well at the Little State Fair opening night parade.
Well, Becky, next up, we want to welcome the group from Clark Construction. Clark Construction specializes in roofing, porches, decks, yard seating, and grading, and remodels. They also have for resale rock, dirt, mulch, and sand up there on Brownstown-Arnheim Road. And they have delivery that's available. They have a company-sponsored limited pro stock diesel pulling truck, Inches Matter. Come see us at the fair back in the pits, and be sure to come see our truck class pull Friday night at 7 p.m. Becky, Clark Construction, I can vouch they did a really nice deck job for me. They put pictures out on Facebook of some of their great projects that they've done, and really excited to see how they do. Best of luck in the tractor pulls this week.
We want to welcome Mount Orb Kroger, located on Sterling Run Boulevard. Mount Orb Kroger Marketplace for all your values when it comes to groceries. So thank you for joining us this evening. Well, when it comes to medical care, we want to welcome ACRMC Family Medicine with 5 convenient locations. The Adams County Regional Medical Center. Family medicine is your go-to for quality health care. Family medicine, and they wish you and your family a great time at the Brown County Fair. They also have a booth in the Wayland Building, and they've just located to some new locations here in Brown County as well. Again, Adams County Regional Medical Care Family Medicine. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Becky, a couple of highlights from Friday for this week. We have at 8 o'clock p.m. Blair Carmen, the Jerry Lee Lewis Tribute Band over in the Danny Gray Activity Center. That Wildfire Equestrian team will be having another ring performance to present the flag to open our horse show at 7:30 right here in front of the grandstand. And a little bit earlier in the day, you can catch the Vernon McIntyre Appalachian Grass Band. That's also over in the Danny Gray Activities Center. But next up in the parade, we want to welcome Technititle Agency. They have a 1934 Oldsmobile being driven by Joyce and Bill Whitelock of Felicity, Ohio. Technititle Agency and Thompson Law, 2 of Georgetown's newest businesses. They had their grand opening September 20th. Out on Courthouse Square. They have over 36 years of experience. They're excited to serve Georgetown and the surrounding communities. Technititle provides residential and commercial real estate title services for both Ohio and Kentucky, and Thompson Law provides estate planning, probate, family law, and divorce, business formation, and real estate law services. They're conveniently located at 106 South Main Street here in Georgetown, and they have other locations in Hillsborough and Milford. Again, Technititle Agency and Thompson Law.
And we want to welcome Kelly Cornett for Mayor of Georgetown. I want to thank you, Kelly, for being with us again, and she reminds you to vote and vote for Kelly Cornett for Mayor of Georgetown.
ProGen's next-generation technology flooring is designed to stand up to the demands of modern life, and it's available now at the Winchester Carpet Outlet. Because ProGen is durable, waterproof, dimensionally stable, and easy to install, it can be used in any room, including rooms that are most prone to moisture and spills, like kitchens and baths. For top-quality flooring, service, and selection at prices that'll floor you, visit the Winchester Carpet Outlet, just off State Route 32 on Tri-County Road, just a few miles west of Winchester, Ohio, and online at winchestercarpetoutlet.com.
Them for what they do every single day of the year. They answer the call, that 911 when it comes in. So we want to thank them for serving our region, the SWAT team of Brown County, police and rescue. I know they've been out on some very critical missions, and we want to thank them for what they do for our community as well.
And next up, we want to welcome Trevor Jemison. Trevor is a candidate for Scott Township trustee. You know, Becky, we may have had a record number of elected officials and candidates a part of the parade tonight. Isn't it wonderful to see all of them out here this evening participating in the fair? And I know they're all reminding everyone to get out and vote in our November election. But we want to be sure to welcome Trevor Jemison, candidate for Scott Township trustee.
We also want to welcome Less Stress Personal Assistance, LLC, specialized in all your pet and farm sitting needs, located in Hamersville. So thank you for joining us as well. And I think the balloons just kind of represent some of those different livestock, pet and farm sitting needs that you might need. So thank you for being with us this evening. They've walked a long way, too, and we appreciate you being here.
And next up, Becky, we want to welcome the group from Calvary Church of God, located in Seaman, and their group Serving Christ in Song, led by Mr. Larry Downing.
We want to welcome Spotless Dog Grooming, LLC, located in Batavia, Simple nail trims to full-service grooming. They treat your pets like family. Call for an appointment today. 513-545-0977. Spotless Dog Grooming, LLC. Want to thank you for being in tonight's parade.
And we also want to thank and welcome the team from Georgetown Behavioral Hospital, located down on Home Street here in Georgetown. Their staff partners with communities and individuals to solve the problems, to solve the needs, of those who suffer from mental illness and substance abuse disorders. Again, the team from Georgetown Behavioral Hospital.
Well, we want to welcome Faith in God Fellowship from Russellville, a small church making a big difference where it's all about Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. To learn more, go to www.thefig.org. That's www.thefig.org. And they recently did some great things in Russellville, providing some free meals in the park, Nathan. So we want to thank Faith in God Fellowship for joining us as well this evening. Need a haircut? Then Great Clips is the place for you to be. Want to thank Great Clips for joining us. Tonight's parade, they are located in Mount Orab.
Well, Becky, making their way around the ring, this is another new entry to the Brown County Fair Parade. This is the Mount Orab Jeep Club, MTOJC. The Mount Orab Jeep Club is new to the community. They have close to 200 members, and they're growing. The founders are Tara and Jerry James. This club is for Jeep owners to have fun and also to be a part of a community with fundraisers and sponsorships. You can check them out on Facebook and other social media, and soon a brand new webpage. They invite all Jeep owners to join them as they grow and have fun Jeeping in the community. Any Jeep is welcome from any county or any state. Their next event will be the Mount Orab Christmas Parade, and they hope to see everyone there, and we want to thank them for coming out to their very first Brown County Fair Parade.
Looks like they have a lot of fun doing what they do too, Nathan. Some great vehicles out there. Well, Nathan, have we missed any days yet or any events that we just make sure we need to cover?
Well, Becky, how about we hit some of our junior fair highlights? I think we left off at Tuesday, so I'm just going to hit the high points here. On Wednesday, we're going to have the dog show starting first thing in the morning at 9 a.m. Beef showmanship also gets underway at 9 a.m., as well as the poultry show, which takes place over in the Goat Arena, followed by the showmanship. There is a horse show that takes place at the back ring. Our crop show will take place over in the Neal building. The Brown County Born and Raised breeding, feeder calves, and steer show gets underway at 2 o'clock and continues throughout the afternoon over in the beef arena. Our food and nutrition scavenger hunt takes place in Ronimus Hall, followed by the Girl Scout Award Ceremony at 4:30, and then we'll round out the day on Wednesday at 5:30 with the Sheep Showmanship Breeding Show, followed by the Market Lamb Show.
Well, Nathan, we want to welcome FRS Transportation, providing much-needed transportation our region at a very economical level. We want to thank them. You can contact them in Highland County, Adams County, and now Brown County. So thank you, FRS, for joining us at the Little State Fair opening night parade. We want to welcome Boyd's Towing. I think they've been in the parade many years, so thank you for being here and the service that you provide to our community throughout the year. 18. We want to welcome R&N Equipment and Repair, Ron Liming, the local horse trainer, is using basic horse training techniques and training this pair of 7-month-old calves into an oxen team. Ron's been around for a long time, worked in our community, and certainly knows how to handle animals. So R&N Equipment, Ron Liming there, our local horse trainer, using basic horse techniques, getting that team ready to pull. Thank you, Ron, for joining us.
And Becky, Rob is bringing up the end.
The leaves are changing, the weather's turning cooler, and Irwin Farms Corn Maze is now open. Come harvest a memory, get lost in the corn maze, and shop for all your fall decor. Mums, pumpkins, candlebear candles, and more. Come out September 30th as the Ohio Performance Dogs return to the farm. And don't miss the squash carver as he carves a 500-pound pumpkin. Irwin Farms and Corn Maze, located at 1365 Coon Hill Road in Winchester. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 9, and Sunday noon to 6.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Come and join us every single day if you can. Be sure and stay tuned. Go over to Danny Gray. We're going to meet the new king and queen. Welcome to this year's Little State Fair. We hope you have a great week. And thank you everyone that has participated and everybody that has assisted with tonight's opening night parade.
Those of you listening and watching at home, we'll be back on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV with the King and Queen ceremony starting at approximately 8 p.m.